So they sort themselves out. Why? Because, or maybe they have reached out to one or two people and they didn't get a positive response, or they were expecting people to reach out to them. Now, like I said, a lot of things is going on. Things are going on everywhere in the world today, and many people are now living lives for themselves. Because what I mean by that, people are trying to solve their own problems. So, in the bid to solve your own problems, you are definitely not looking at someone else's problems. Take, for instance, if you cannot afford to eat 2 times a day, I don't think you want to extend help to someone who is looking for food, because you are trying to help yourself. And with the mega resources you have, you're trying to help yourself. So you may not be thinking of the next person. Many people are going through stuff, so they are trying to help themselves. So they are not looking at the next person. So that is the situation we find ourselves in. It's not a good one, but then people are trying to, they will say remove the plaque in your eyes before you remove the plank in someone's eyes or something like that. I don't quite remember. So that is the situation of things we find ourselves in. That's the situation. So if you're waiting for someone to find out that you have, detached yourself socially, you'll be surprised that people will not know. It's not because they don't hate you, they hate you, sorry. Not because they hate you, they don't like you. It's just that they themselves are going through something else. So people may not see you. That is why you have to reach out to someone. Reach out to someone until you get the help you need. Don't withdraw. Don't even if they say negative things about you to your face. Please, this is not the time to be proud. Some people, is it because I came to beg you? Man, you are the one that is hungry. Please solve your problem. If you have to swallow insults, which I don't pray you do anyway, but if you need help, if you cannot cope with whatever you are going through, please, please, and please don't withdraw yourself. And please don't isolate yourself. In the book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, the Bible says that God said, let us create a helpmate or a helper for the man. That is what the Bible says. And God caused man to sleep, and he took the rib from the man because he wanted to make something suitable from the man. So he had to take a rib from the man and fashioned it into a woman. So I know that Genesis chapter 2 verse 18, most times when people recite it, has to do with relationship leading to marriage. But whether really leading to marriage or not, we are not created to be in isolation. Even when God created animals, he created them in pairs. So man cannot be alone too. He created the helpmate for a man. So you are not supposed to be alone, because when you're alone, a lot of things happen when one is alone. I was going through the scriptures, and that was in Genesis chapter 3 during the temptation. I know I said something in the last video that Eve was alone. That was why the serpent had to came to her when she was alone. Although it wasn't specifically written in the Bible, but I don't think if she was with Adam at that time, the serpent would have, come. And I also talked about a situation when I was to have my third child. That's my second son. In the hospital I was the only one on the third floor. the nurses and everybody was on the first floor. So depending on your location, the first floor can be the ground floor. So I was all alone, and I was in pain because I was in labor. My doctor came, examined me. He said I still had a long way to go. So the door leading to the balcony was open. So and I know I was, being very restless. I was going up and down, going up and down. So while I went there, trying to take in fresh air and all. And these thoughts came. Why don't you jump over and end it all? Jump over and end it all. I was like, the thoughts came to my mind, and 3 times. But then a still small voice came and told me, you didn't come here to kill yourself. You came here to give birth, and then you go home. And that brought me back to reality. So what am I trying to say? When you are isolated, when you are all alone, thoughts come into your mind, and if you should dwell on those thoughts, you end up doing something negative to yourself. When you notice when someone decides to be alone for a long period of time, especially someone who is going through challenges, at that point the person is weak, except maybe the person did that to seek the face of the Lord. If not, the person is weak, the person is vulnerable, and the person is ready to entertain whatever help they can get. And most times, when you have shut yourself off from people, definitely people will not come to you. It's thoughts that will come to you, and the devil, who comes to steal, kill, and destroy, will capitalize on those thoughts and decide to harm you, to cause you to harm yourself, not rather. Because he will be the one. He's not going to push you. He's not going to tell. He will tell you, get up, and you do the rest. So just put the thoughts in your mind and you do the rest. So please, 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 please. I know we're in challenging times now, and things are hard. It's hard for everybody. Even the very rich, you think don't have problems. They also have problems because people, the expectations from people, just as how you complain things are expensive, the people that help out too are complaining that things are expensive too as well. So everybody is feeling the heat. So, but no matter the heat you are feeling, please, please do not isolate yourself.